Alright, I kind of want to watch this. I don't know how you guys feel about this, but because I don't usually watch StarCraft 2 like tournaments on stream, but here we go. If you don't want spoilers, I'm about to watch grand finals, the grandest finals of Dreamhack Master Summer that happened Sunday. Yeah, I think Clem is gonna be like best
2,000 atmospheres, Blackburn,
Terran world if he's not already.
On Lightshade if we make it there.
So just so you guys know, he is leading 1-0 because he's coming from upper bracket, so he has one game advantage. And also, I haven't watched tournament games like no joke, I haven't watched it in so long. I'll probably be like, oh, there's this build that I can do, because I haven't watched tournaments in a while, so I'll probably pick up on a build and stuff like that, you know, as we go. And I'll give you guys some insight on why the players are doing stuff and stuff like that, or what Reynor could have done better, or what Clem could have done better, and so on. Both players have the camera where my camera is. You can see Reynor here, but you don't see Clem because yeah, my face is there.
Could very well be encountering each other in that event because they are players that are expected to
no.
What a start already for Clem.
Oh no. Like, this is already a really bad start for Reynor. Like, I know it might not seem bad, but losing one drone at this level is insane. This game is really good for Terran. Like, no joke, this map is like broken for Terran. There's so many ramps and ledges and stuff like that. I think Zerg has like giga hard time engaging on these. On this map.
You definitely have to have a certain type of mindset for it, but well, that does mean that
Dude, you know what's insane? Like, if you look at it, if you look at like Clem playing, his units are so active. This is the difference, by the way, between a pro, like top pro player and shit player like me. Like, look at his units, they're constantly moving while he's macroing and doing everything else better than me at the same time.
On over here, almost gets free tumor, uses the rocks as a target so he can actually do the splash.
It's interesting he's taking this base, by the way. Interesting that he's going cloak benches. I mean, I do cloak benches, but I do it because I transition into mech. Oh my god, this is really bad already for Reynor. 3 drones is a lot. You know, like, if I kill 3 drones on the ladder, it's like, whatever, right? But dude, if you're playing against Clem, you cannot lose stuff like this. Like, worker count is equal, 43 to 40.
Your opponent's base, but your opponent doesn't have to go very far back to just get his Hellions in position to defend. It's a lot harder to make that kind of damage.
Nice little save.
Absolutely. You and Ben had a lot of really.
I actually don't know if Clem ever goes for mech, or he always goes bio. By the way, I don't know if you guys have seen Clem's first person point of view, but he is batshit fast.
Makes those windows even tinier.
Yeah, and
I mean, that's the thing. That's why he's winning as a foreign Terran. Like, if you want to win as foreign Terran, or as any Terran, you gotta be like insanely fast. And I definitely feel that Clem is probably the best foreign Terran ever in terms of mechanics and just speed.
So the sport crawler wasn't quite there yet. We don't have a lair yet because Reynor is playing the double evolution chamber start. This could be a double cancel because the sport's not going to be in time for that one either. That's a double
that's like
cancel.
That's 150 minerals.
With a 5 HP Banshee. Clem is having a perfect.
And you know what's look at the supply, by the way.
Oh, it's perfect. No, he hasn't lost the unit.
Literally not supply blocked, hasn't lost the unit. Oof.
Yeah, I mean,
this is how Terran is played, by the way. This is how, when a pro player plays and when stuff goes well, the way it's basically supposed to go is you're supposed to have a very smooth transitions, like Hellion harass, boom, killing creep tumors, trying to kill drones, trying to do this, trying to do that. And then the moment that feels like there's nothing else you can do, then it's like the Banshee arrives. The moment, like, you're harassing with Banshees, you're poking with Hellions right back and forth, the moment the Banshees are defending, Zerg is like, ooh, that's done. 2 medevac drop comes in. So this is how, like, fluent Terran, when you play well and when things go your way, is supposed to look like. Like, there's something new constantly coming up the moment one is denied. He's gonna deny some creep probably with these drops. you know, maybe try to do kill a queen or two. And the moment the Zerg has enough to push this back, oh, I don't know about this. Good transfuses. And then when this is done, again in a smooth game, the moment that's done, then the Terran has the siege tank push with 1-1 or 2-2 or whatever, and you're supposed to feel like completely choked out by what Terran is doing when you're Zerg. Like you're supposed to feel like Terran is constantly attacking you. And now that double medevac drop didn't go well. So that's like the one thing that Reynor has going for him right now. And this is why his creep spread is so far away right now. Like this creep spread shouldn't have existed, but because Reynor defended well, you know. Oh, does he not see the...
And then Reynor gets to be the aggressor. Now Reynor is getting a very nice round on a lot of these Zerglings, but the siege tank fire is going to start.
I don't know about that.
Now that does mean that the siege tanks are pretty committed, and the Marines are going to hold.
Yeah, this is.
One siege tank goes down, but I think that
this is not good for Clem.
At first I was like, I don't know if Clem can take this fight without the Hellions or the Hellbats there.
Unless Reynor has nothing at home, which I don't think he does. Oh, Hellbats. If he had Hellbats there, he would have cleaned that up. I think he probably forgot about the Hellbats. If he had Hellbats there, he would have cleaned him up super well. But this already, like, he has nothing. No Baneling speed, no Zerglings, nothing. And this looks so easy, by the way. Like, you just like, oh, you just harass a little bit, 2 benches, then you push. And look how one-sided it looks, like this push. But this is so hard to do. And you know, these kinds of run-bys, Reynor was always good with them. Like, even when I was a pro player, he was always good with these kinds of things when he was way younger. Except back in the day, they looked a lot sloppier. Like, he would just run units into your units and lose them all. But there are few Zergs in Europe that do this, by the way. They constantly do run-bys, and they always feel like they're coming at the right time.
You can get up to something like that and make use of it before, you know...
But Terran doesn't need workers. Oh, he's rushing Broodlords. Was this his plan? Let me check. Oh, it was. Because he, the way you know if this was his plan is his Spire and Hive started at the same time. I don't know, I didn't know if he like abandoned the Muta route and went for this, but it seems that he was planning for this, but a bit weird, I guess. Maybe he's doing it because of the same reason Terran is good on this map, is because siege tanks are good, so maybe he thought Clem would go siege tanks, maybe he just wanted to go Broodlords because there's a lot of edges and stuff. Because the map is quite small, and obviously you would want Broodlords on bigger maps so you can have more time to get them. He's just super active. Like right now, Clem is just... Yeah, he's just playing way faster than Reynor, I feel like. Which is insane to say, because Reynor is fucking blazing fast. Like, I think... See, this is the thing. If Reynor played against a lesser Terran, he could have bought enough time to get Broodlords. But Clem is... ooh, rinsed. He has double factory, right? I think it's double factory. Maybe not, that's a lot of mines. I guess it's 1 factory with reactor. Oh! Oh no, dude. He's dropping mines on the Broodlords. He's just... Dude, he's so fast. This is batshit insane. Yikes. That was rinsed.
PD is open source for everyone to edit, so it does sometimes depend on who's editing, I think.
Oh god, he lost those videos. Oh god. Uh-oh, look at that. Look at this is how you win best of 7s, by the way, or best of 5s. Look at Reynor's face. He loses 4 Zerglings, or I think it's maybe 2 Zerglings and 2 more coming. And look at this drone, and then look at his face.
I think.
HJP Alpha would be on it. Once more, a very successful Reaper here for Clem. Not only does Clem find 2 Zerglings, he manages to get the low HP drone that already morphed into a Spore Crawler once.
Not good. Look at Clem's face. Yeah, Clem's, look at Clem's hair over here. It's going triple CC. This is the build, by the way, that I think is genuinely the best to do.
it's hard to
But obviously you have to mix it up. But I think this is probably the strongest Terran build you can do. Bench again. The reason, by the way, why this build is good is... So, basically he opens with Reaper into Factory. And then you don't get your second gas. And you go for 3rd CC. Then you swap Factory and Reactor. You make 2 aliens, then you make starport. So your starport is delayed about 10-15 seconds, and then you make the second gas. So the only thing that's delayed is your starport by a little bit, just a tiny bit, and then your gas. But your CC is basically, his CC is completed already and orbitaled, which is insane speed if you think about it, because it's so early in the game. And I think this is probably the best build that Terran has. But then if you do this build only, then, you know, in tournaments you're gonna, you know, have some weaknesses.
Been pretty conservative for the most part with a lot of these Hellions, not really wanting to sacrifice them. I think.
Look at that, peaks of creep tumor.
What if I just dove in?
No.
Drones is kind of past. I think
This is like when I play Zerg,
long-term stability of just keeping these units
and every time I move my creep tumor, the Terran just kills it. The thing is, this map is better for Broodlords, but at the same, because it's bigger, but at the same time it's worse because it's so hard to defend with Broodlords in this map because it's such a big map. Isn't he dead to 12 pull with that build? Of course not. He's Reaper expanding. 12 pull doesn't do anything against Reaper expand.
Probably having on his mind soon, just given the fact that there's not any like roaches or anything, but.
Double Banshee, double Factory.
At some point, we'll see when he actually gets.
That's a really early Factory, actually.
The Hellions are kind of gathering up on the right-hand side. The Banshee's getting ready on the left-hand side as they cloak and head on into the main base. It's gonna be
That is a really early Factory.
Units that you do have to micro pretty well.
The queen positioning is really good, but if the queen positioning...
I didn't see if in a previous game he went double Factory or not, but I feel like he did. He just wasn't producing maybe constantly.
Numbers are running a little bit low. At the same time, a tiny run-by is happening.
There it is, the Reynor run-by.
Is taking care of that. Both players
Killed 3 SCVs, but... Queen.
every unit
Oh,
they have on the
oh,
battlefield at this point.
oh my god, 1 health on that Queen.
By Reynor.
100% 1 health.
I'm super impressed. A lot of the times the Zerglings can just look like they evaporate to the Hellions.
Ooh, that's
fire
cool.
there, but Reynor did a surprisingly good job of just.
That's
getting
cool,
those
that
little
battle
small
graph or
cells on
whatever.
Hellions, preventing
Battle
them,
report.
blocking them from moving further in. So they
There it
had
is,
to
triple
back up,
mine
and they were
production.
actually killing
So
the
he's gonna get
Zerglings.
drilling claws, and then he's gonna swap one of the tech lab factories to reactor. So he's gonna produce 4 widow mines at the same time.
The Hellions on their own in that number.
Now Clem is heading
I actually didn't see if he saw the Spire,
game we saw him having 3
if he knows that this is Spire, but considering there's no turrets,
a little worse.
I don't think he's scouted. But quad mine will do really well against Muta, but also he will see the Mutas before drilling claws completes, so he can actually just go Thor mine, which he has no tanks whatsoever. Okay, he sees Mutas now. Like, this is more or less the best case scenario build order wise and strategy wise that Clem could have gotten. Even with this, like, it might look bad, like the Muta caught his drop, but now he's gonna fire up turrets and he shouldn't take any damage. And Reynor was probably hoping to see tanks, but he actually didn't produce any.
Gonna be cloaked, so Reynor can't just clean this up immediately unless he brings over.
Yeah, and he's running the medevac downwards because he doesn't want the Mutas to go up in the base. He wants to buy as much time as possible.
Oh my god, they barely. Okay, they are gonna dart back. They find the medevac.
He just wants to waste as much time as possible. And now by the time Reynor goes up, the turrets are completed. So
Overseer is now ready, so man, Reynor is gonna be on top of it, and that's gonna be a very nice tank, just getting the first 3 widow mines like that.
Reynor just sends his Overlord first, can't be bothered. Maybe didn't feel like he had the Muta count to one-shot it just yet.
Uh-oh.
Sorry, looking for the Mutas, no steams forward through the accelerations.
Pops one.
Grabs himself a Muta. That's a start.
Now, it's going to be interesting. Drilling claws are up. It's going to be interesting to see if he goes for Thor Widow Mine, which is more old school style, or
How fast are
he's going to go quad Widow Mine production, because he is super fast. So I can definitely see him just skipping a Thor, because Thor does slow down your army.
Destined to happen.
And Clem is batshit insane. Like, look at this dude. He doesn't even allow the Mutas to arrive into his base. He's just intercepting them.
always seems to moon, but
Look, like he's predicting where Mutas are gonna go, and he's intercepting with the Mariners.
Of course, doesn't mean that Reynor is in trouble by any means, but yeah, ideally you do want to kind of get some success.
Oh, this might be overextending.
This may be the first time, or at least the bench.
Yeah, this is definitely overextending.
Reynor obviously knows about the mines.
Okay, he's going with the Thor. The Thor is good because it zones out the mutas. Like, the mutas can't go around sniping stuff because of the Thor. But you don't want Thor to be killing the mutas. Thor is just there to zone them out, and then you still need Marines and Mines to kill them. Because people in the current day and age don't stack their mutas like noobs, and then you just shoot them twice with Thor and you kill all of them. Look, like he's literally bullying his mutas then. Oh, no. I don't know. He sent a series back. Look at this. This is so funny. He's literally bullying the mutas. And the Thor is coming. Look. Oh my god, dude. Oh god, oh god.
Stuck on the mutas. The mutas are stuck themselves, and they are finally gonna find a way out. Thanks to the Zerglings.
He's doing damage here and there, and if you look at the bank, he can actually, you know,
a lot of mutas definitely softened up over there.
like now he can literally send like 40 links to run by, and then just remax because he has so much money. His gas is really low though.
Main army force.
Yep, he's gonna throw down a scan. He's gonna take out a couple of these cryptomores. Reynor's bailing count is currently.
This part, by the way, where Terran runs in and sieges up the mines, you need to be so fast with sieging up your mines and spreading them out. It's always like, if you haven't played StarCraft, it doesn't look like much, right? But when you play Terran and you try to do this, you realize how hard it is. Like to pre-split, to scan, to burn the widow mines, to make sure the units are behind, in front, the widow mines are split, and so on.
He's gonna have to bump up those numbers real quick. 15 additional links are morphing into banelings as we speak. Gotta say though, this is
Leaves a couple of mines there. You always want to leave mines around the map as Terran, because they're super cheap and you don't need like 50 mines with your army.
Clem currently is sitting on 134 army supply. Those are not SCPs, those are battle units.
Oh, Reynor has 100 workers. Jesus.
Be careful with his marines though.
Banelig's getting some decent connections.
I mean, you can see it in the income. Oh, there's a widow mine.
In the center of the map, gonna be annoying. Zergling's looking for another run-by attempt. I have gotta say,
Oh.
Clem has absolutely made some great adjustments. Every single time Reynor has continuously tried to do these run-bys, but there's widow mines, there's marines. It just seems like every single time Clem is a little bit more prepared for these run-bys.
There are mines everywhere, making it so hard to find openings. The Thor is gonna get 1 or 2 additional shots off. Now, of course, as long
See, like these mines. Look at this. They can't activate because the units are running past too fast. Like, this is basically a point. If Terran has a great engagement here, he just wins. Because the Zerg has a huge bank. I don't know why his gas income is so low. I'm trying to look at the minimap. He's not mining the gas from the 5th or the 6th. The 6th has 1 gas, which is weird because he has so many minerals. He should just balance it out. But the Terran is kind of broke, and the Terran is not in a good position because he is super stuck on the current tech. He has Marine Widow Mines, and he has 2 Thors. That is his whole tech, right? There's nothing else. If the Zerg not even wins the fight, if the Zerg just trades, the Zerg wins. Terran needs to win in like very kind of dominating fashion to be able to finish off the Zerg. Otherwise, he's going to lose on the bases because he's already... how many bases? Reynor's on 6 bases and Clem is on 4. The one thing he does have is the upgrade advantage. He has 2-2 over 1-1. Oh, these mutas are dead.
The mutas are all going to go down. Reynor's also looking at the run by. Widow mines are here. Widow mines
this was not good. 8 workers for all of that. Oh, I'm steering for Reynor. Oh, he's... Look at this. Look at Reynor's face. He knows that was bad. That was so many units. Like, that was supposed to kill the planetary. That was a lot of banelings.
Will not shoot at the banelings. Reynor at least got the planetary. No, he won't. I don't think he's gonna get it. Oh my goodness, that's a disaster for Reynor.
Oh, and that Widow Mine.
Take out the
Look at that.
He's gonna get it.
That Widow Mine when the camera switches.
Disaster for Reynor.
Not enough Baileys to take out
And that's
the
it.
planetary, and now that's just a lot of army supply that is not going to be used.
I mean, 2-2 against 1-1. He just lost all the mutas.
Offense, 8 workers is not a fair trade for Reynor in that side. He's going to be losing a base over here if he doesn't help try and keep this hatchery alive.
I don't know why he tried to defend that. This makes no sense. I mean, I guess he's probably panicking, you know. But this base is 7 workers. You're 99. Like I don't know why he's trying to defend this. By the way, when I'm critiquing the plays, I feel like I need to say this. I'm not saying I'm better than these guys. They're a million times better. But I'm just kind of pointing out the obvious stuff for me that could have been better, right? Like right here, you just abandon that. You can even afford to perhaps abandon your left base because you're still on 4 base versus 4. Not perfect, but you're getting ultras, which is higher tech. So he just needs to somehow buy time. And also his gas to mineral ratio was not great because he could have had way more gas. But look what he does now. This base has 7 workers. He doesn't need it at all. He doesn't need that base because he's still on 5. And then he just runs a bunch of banelings trying to save it. And he kills nothing with them. He kills like 5 marines.
Try to dive in, but look at that. Clem is well too set up. And man, now that Thor even just kind of bullying back.
Like he could have gotten such a better engagement here. He could have gotten this around.
I think he's got enough banelings now to at least clean this up or push it back. But there is an outrageous amount of mines on the map. There are 24 Widow mines. I think Reynor's got to stop trying to run around and just try to take fights, I guess, which is hard against, you know, this many marines, this many Widow mines. But you cannot just run around with multiple squads.
Like now he just, again, he's so far behind on gas. He could have had like 5 more ultras now.
Just obliterating the lings and banes. A while ago, the units lost resource step pretty even. At this point, Reynor has lost 11,000.
He doesn't have the ultra upgrade, I think, yet.
As these armies are getting dangerously close to each other again.
I absolutely love it from Clem.
I mean,
Clem's gonna be popping some of these ultras. Clem saying, well, look, I know that you have to play fast versus me, but can you play even faster?
Where's the rest of his army?
Paying attention at literally every single point in the map that your army walks across.
Maybe it's all in production?
By Widow mines left and right, and he's continuously finding better and better trades. Now the ultras are
Like you can see how much better he's already trading with ultras. And he has 2-2 now.
I think that they should still
Whoa!
clean up this
Almost.
Good Bailey connection.
But now the problem is he has no creep spread and the economy is equalizing slowly. And now Clem is on 6 base as well.
The crazy thing is bases.
Like this is just so bad for him. He's baiting him with like 20 units into mines, and while he's cleaning them up, he's just trading so inefficiently. Okay, that mine killed the Terran army.
Of these Widow mines. Well done. That was an excellent exchange by Reynor.
Yeah, doing some great mind.
See, if he managed to do this while just delaying the push and not trying to fight, and if he did not do that run by on the planetary, or at least if he killed it. If he killed it, it would have been fine. But the fact that he sacrificed so many units and he killed like 5 SCVs. Also, like this kind of playstyle with Ling Ultra on this map is good, but the way Clem is playing with like having mines everywhere is just so annoying for Zerg.
Vision of it, and I think that the ultras can do okay versus the planetary, but there's a lot of Clem's forces getting ready to move
Like
in position.
he's just wasted those units. This is not good. Oh, he's not gonna kill that either.
So 7 Banelings and 20 Zerglings or something, and that matter.
Yeah, he just lost.
I don't understand it. Reynor did not manage to get the planetary in the top left side. Does find a little opening with his Zerglings here, but
I don't think he's gonna. He might not kill this either. He's not gonna kill this either. Unless he right clicks. He's gonna kill it.
Just be over. He does get it. That's nice. 18 SCVs fall down too. So Reynor has something to feel a little better about. You look at
The problem is sacrificing units to kill 1 base at this point is not worth it.
And yeah, this time it's not just Marines anymore.
And there's Liberators.
Liberators are gonna make sure that justice reigns from above as well. And I don't see how Reynor wins the fight.
Reynor dropping supply. GG.
I think this point, where was it? This point was what ended the game for Reynor. Or at least started. I mean, there's a lot of things. Like, that's the thing. At this level, it's a lot of things. It's not like it's just one thing. Like, if you pause the game right now, let's say he did lose the mutas. Pause the game right now. He's behind on 2-2. Terran's economy, he's 33 workers down. He has no 5th base. He's making 2. And I think if you try to delay the 5th and 6th instead of pushing into the 4th, because he's on 6 bases, he doesn't need to push the Terran down to 3. He's 2 bases ahead. And this is a good move to make, by the way, if you kill the planetary. But at the same time, if you don't, and the Terran army is right in front of your base, then it's like... Because this is a lot of banelings, boys. A lot of banelings. And if you look, he's producing 42 Zerglings, and he's about to lose all of these. How many workers did he kill here? 8.
Oh my goodness, that's a disaster for Reynor.
And now look at the supply. 166 and he's producing 78, so he has nothing. I actually don't think that Clem realizes how few units Reynor has, because he has 100 workers. Because if he knew how many workers or suspected Reynor has, he could have just killed him now. Like, just ran in, but I don't think he realizes that, you know. And also the minerals to gas was not great. But obviously, like, you know, Reynor is an insane player, but all these things are things that could have made it better for him, or could have made it so that he can win. But obviously it's very hard to do it against someone like Clem, right? It's a lot easier to watch and be like, well, you could have done this better. But in the game itself, like, you make the decisions that you think are good. Because at the same time, if he killed a planetary, then the game is completely different, right? Because then the Terran is on 3 base. You know, every unit you kill, Terran can't produce as fast. So, and he just won 2, so it's 3-0. Oh.
Wow, talking about a...
The thing is, guys, look at this. I'm going to show you this. I know this might not seem like a lot, but if you're a pro player and you're used to games going certain way, if they don't go a certain way, way you've practiced, a lot of players get very tilted and it affects their gameplay. Look at it. Look at his reaction in the bottom right when he loses the Reaper. You can see it's clearly annoyed. It's not just like one head shake. Look, he's just like...
Look at the camera. Reynor is like, not bad. And Clem is like, sacre bleu, that shouldn't have happened. That's a big difference.
See what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I have to say, it's actually pretty rare that I see Clem talking to himself.
And now Reynor doesn't have to worry. And again, these are all the things that go together, right? Now Reynor doesn't have to worry about Reaper harass. He can blast drones. He doesn't need to worry about, like, creep being sniped. He doesn't need to worry about, like, Zerglings being home. He can just do whatever. And now he's free to play his game. And even though it's just one Reaper, it's kind of how it starts and how it snowballs. Because now Clem is a little bit, like, he doesn't know, is there a roach all in? Is there, like, something happening? Are there Zerglings going to run into your base? So you start having all these thoughts, and maybe you play a bit more careful as Clem now. Look, suddenly Zergling is in your base. Because, you know, there's no Reaper to keep them away. So, you know, again, on noob level, like, these things don't matter. But at high level, like at these guys' level, everything matters.
Yeah, this is one of those builds that we did.
Like, even this, right? Overlord escapes from 12 health.
Clem bust out. I think
if he loses it, you know, it's pretty good. It's quite a big thing to lose Overlord that early. And if you look at his creep spread, look how dominant the queens are placed. They're placed all the way in the front. He's creep spreading without a problem. He's mass droning. The first game was, I think, 43 workers for Reynor and 40 for Clem. Look at now worker count. 49 to 39.
Reynor, we'll see how he decides to react over here. For now, it is just drones.
That's the first thing he's done to do damage. He killed a creep tumor.
Yeah, I
See how much more like blocked the Hellions are.
Definitely something.
So Reynor just saw that the medevacs are out, so he's doing the run by at a perfect time because Reynor's not expecting the medevacs are on the map. So now he does the run by into the third because he just saw it land, which is a perfect time to attack.
And by the perfect time, I mean, I think Reynor
See?
knows this kind of build and the timings for it so well.
But he doesn't need to know the builds, he just saw the medevacs.
Turning around. But his
See, like this is already so bad for Clem. His third is not mining, he has no units on the third, all his units are here, and this becomes an all-in, quote-unquote, because he needs to do some damage. Like, he just lost workers on the third. He hasn't started 1-1. Reynor already has it going. Shields is not done, and he has no units at home to retake the third. So, it's not good.
to just get damage done himself.
Well, there are 5 Zerglings more.
Oh, that's a lot of queens.
Finishing up on the left side. It feels like Clem is a little bit.
Micro's really good, obviously. He's sniping the Banelings. He doesn't have enough.
But he does lose his Hellbats. During this, he managed to get 5 runs. I guess that's just with the Marines that he got into the hand.
And now you're supposed to have a second medevac drop going to the left side, right? But there's no second medevac drop because you lost the mule and like 6 workers on the third, and it slowed down the production.
Over here, so
But he often grabs all of his units to start being in your face. Reynor is aware
Oh,
of
this
it,
is-
and this time he found the absolute perfect moment to show up with the
Like though that was compare this run by to previous run bys he's had. He used 4 Banelings to kill 5 workers. Earlier he used like 30 supply of units to kill 8. How can Clem make a comeback? I think at this level, this is so far behind. Like a lot of people when they watch, sometimes they're like, oh, the game is pretty even. This is not even. Clem is like so far behind already. Does that mean he can't win? No, he can win. But look, again, look at the difference. Reynor is the one being aggressive now with run bys. He always has a second run by going in, and he's doing the smart thing. Which is he's not overextending. He's just using 2 to 4 Banelings to run by because he doesn't need more. He's just using 2 to 4. If it fails, it fails. If it hits, it's gonna kill a lot of stuff. Creep spread on the left side is it's out of control on the left side. On the right side, it's not too bad. Not much on the middle, but he didn't lose any queens if I remember correctly when he was getting attacked on the bottom. So he probably has like 8-9 queens as well. This game is just not good. Like, if he had upgrade advantage, you can say he has that going for him. So he can do, like, engagements and stuff like that. But he has nothing going for him. He has less army. Well, he has 4 more supply of army, but Reynor has a million queens. Less supply, less economy, worse upgrades, less bases. Nothing really going for him at this point. And, you know, nothing major really happened. Just small things snowballing.
Having a good start is one thing. That doesn't mean you can just take a fight off creep and throw away the lead.
Also, he has 1 less factory now, by the way. He didn't produce a second factory because he has no economy for it. Like, he would need like some really good Widowmine heads. Like, fat Widowmine heads.
2 workers building those depots. We're gonna see
Bailing speed's about to finish. See, this is the thing. He can't trade anymore because Reynor... Oh, this is not good. He has 1-1. Like, this is so bad. He is 8 minutes in, and he's still not saturated on the third. Oh god, that Widowmine.
Reynor definitely making this a very annoying game for Clem so far.
Yeah, Clem's face, like, he's frustrated.
Yeah, out of all the games,
Nothing's going well. And this is what I was saying earlier. When you have the Terran smooth kind of transitions going from one attack to another, the game's a lot easier for you. But when things go wrong, it becomes very messy. And Reynor is the type of player that's very like down in the mud, dirty, and he wants to play games like these. Terran players don't. Terran players want to have the game go their way.
Clem is gonna burrow the other mine, hoping that it will fire. Unfortunately, it does not. One more mine gets a panic connection, but Reynor is actually just dealing with all of this.
Yeah, he's gonna get counterattacked here, and I don't think second factory is so late. I mean, he kills cancels the base, doesn't even kill it. All workers are dead. He's gonna lose these because he cannot fit all the Marines in the medevac.
handful of these Marines are going to be going down. Only one medevac there to
Oh,
actually
does he,
save
oh
the day.
god, he doesn't
More
see
babies
those.
getting ready to morph in.
So sick. He walked
And Clem right now is just counterattacking and hoping, like he has to do something.
by it, right? It felt like it was right on the edge, but he
2-2 Hive, Hydra then.
Clem does have those Marines in the main base, so it's gonna be a bit
Oh
annoying.
god.
Just when the Bailey
Just
goes
click.
down,
Oh god, she should have clicked on the command center.
not what you're looking for there. You're
Obviously,
right, you don't wanna
it's
be
very
wrong.
risky. Another
Just
8
find
workers,
the
yes.
8 more
Obviously, it's
bases
very
in
risky,
total.
but he could have blown up the
Right,
CC.
still 4 bases against
Um,
3. Reynor's got Hive Tech on the way. Lurker then.
Reynor should know that Clem does not have
You're on
a 4th base.
You know, it's funny, you were saying
I'm not sure if he was scouting with overseers, but Clem has no 4th, so this is super all in. Yep, that's it.
Probably want some of those reinforcements a little bit sooner than that, Kev, but don't worry, your buddy Reynor here is...
This is how my games look like when I play against Zerg.
Yep, and Clem actually, while he was
See that Widowmine shot? If he had those shots like 3 minutes ago, maybe he can win. But now he had the massive shot and supply didn't move.
And his medevac are not finding damage on the left
See?
side. This one gets
When he
going.
goes bad, he goes real bad.
Reynor refuses to go down without a fight in this grand finals.
And that's
look at
GG.
these supplies are losing 2 fronts.
Apparently so, Kev.
Is this all because he lost the Reaper? Well, not because he lost the Reaper specifically. It's more because the tempo of the game gets changed. And you could see he was visibly annoyed at what happened, right? He probably doesn't lose the Reaper very often. But the game is a lot easier. You know when, for example, you play, when every time I play like those challenges against diamond players or like 3 diamond players or 2 masters players or 2 diamond players, whatever, right? And then someone is like, oh my god, like I'm diamond and I don't play like that. Well, yeah, because the opponents you play against are much slower, much weaker, and they put less pressure on you. So when you have a grandmaster player playing against you, you start making all these mistakes. And it's the same thing for these guys. Like they're super close in skill, but even killing 1 drone, even killing 1-2 reapers, even getting a thing here and there, suddenly makes the other guy play worse because suddenly he's like, oh my god, I lost the creep tumor, he's trying to replace it. Meanwhile, there's a drop on the other side. But if he loses the Reaper instantly, then Reynor can just drone. Doesn't need to worry about anything. Does that mean Reapers need a buff? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things that
It's really interesting that Reynor is opting for close to the main 3rd bases on every map he could.
That was one of the things that we talked.
Two Zerglings down. Not bad. He's going for the triple CC build. See, look at the build. He's gonna swap, start a starport, boom, boom, and then he's gonna start the Hellions. I was going for gas first. Interesting. You start the Hellions or gas, I guess. I don't think you need the second gas that fast, but I might be wrong. I'll actually try to keep track of this. Pretty sure you can sneak in 2 Hellions and then go gas and still be fine. Pro games sound so stressful. I mean, they are, but when you play them, you don't really think. You don't actively think. What stops you from being pro? Well, mechanically, I'm awful. So about 8 to 12 hours a day of playing StarCraft is what's stopping me. If Immortal game, the new RTS game that's coming out that I'll be playing soon on 13th of June, if they have tournaments and stuff, and it's like pro level kind of thing, I might go pro in that.
Yeah, definitely.
Or whenever Frost Giant releases their new game,
Map vision, important to just have additional time
if
to
it's,
react. Even just
competitive,
Clem
I'll go
away,
pro in that.
Good enough.
Crib spread's pretty decent. He lost the drone there. And so far, this is a pretty even game, I would say. Probably the most even game that they've had. Like, creep spread's looking good, the Reynor's ahead in supply, as it should be in this matchup at this point in the game. He did kill like a drone or 2, I think, but nothing too much. Upgrades are exactly the same. So in a way, both of them got to play the game they wanted. Oh, did you not see?
A handful
5
of
drones.
over here. Come back in for a second.
Clem went in, and I think he was like, oh, where are the Zerglings?
Get a whole lot
And then he went again and just got 5. But I think so far this game is the most even, and both players like got to do what they wanted to do in a way. Like there's some creep denying, some drone kills, but second factory again, obviously because he has economy now, so he doesn't need to skip on the second factory or delay it. He didn't lose workers. Infestation bid, so he will try to go ultras again. Or sorry, maybe Broodlords or ultras. I guess both. Not a single Hydra game. Like Hydra Link Bane, which used to be meta for a long time. Then it just disappeared. Maybe it didn't disappear, people still do it, but it used to be like meta like every single game. Ooh, run. Oof, that was a fat Widowmine shot. 13. No, no, no.
63 units, Clem has only lost 10. Now, of course, most of those are Zerglings, but Clem is even getting a cancel on the hatchery on the right side with Heli.
That's a good pickup.
Like
I still like Reynor has a bit better economy, but other than that, it's pretty even still. I mean, Clem obviously has a big supply lead, but wait, did he? Oh my God, he forgot bailing speed. Did he not? Oh God, when did his layer finish? Oh dude, he completely forgot bailing speed. So he finished bailing nest at 720. Oh God. He completely forgot bailing speed. And when does he start it? He starts it like a minute later.
We're going to see this army moving in on the side. I was going to mention that basically if you're pushing along one angle, it does mean that...
Like you should have bailing speed at this point. But he doesn't.
You can also cover and be defensive and pushing along the same side that you're attacking, but... Well,
I just want to say, look at the minimap right now. You've got the Banshees in the main, you've got a Widowmine drop threatening the third, and at the same time, Clem is knocking on the front door of this base on the low ground. If you're Reynor, this has to be so stressful.
God.
It just feels that Clem is everywhere. That spawning pool is indeed gonna go down.
No, no, no. I mean, this is a disaster. Oh God, 14 workers with the Widowmines.
Hydras are not exactly the army composition you want just by themselves. How many Zerglings does he have? He has 43 and 25.
He can't produce Zerglings, so he has to produce Hydras now. No Bane speed yet. He didn't even clear the Widowmines.
He didn't even clean up the Widowmines.
Well, this game went south real quick. Went south for Reynor at least. The Reaper's still alive, by the way.
14 bronze. Clem is playing a masterful game here on 2K, and Reynor is not quite sure where he should be looking. He's trying to find some good fights, but it's not quite working out.
Yeah, even having a hard time dealing with just the Widowmines that are set up as this army gets pushed back. The army on the right hits yet again, scans ahead and says, yeah, I think
he can make Zerglings again.
Widowmines getting some beautiful connections on a lot of those Banelings as well. Finally, this spawning pool.
Like the splits are also like really good.
But man, Clem is still just continuing to push on in. Now, Reynor is rallying a lot of his units forward, and I think that he has pushed back the left-hand side, so his units are grouped together, but now Clem just goes for the big doom drop into the main base.
Yep, and that's going to be very hard because we don't have any Banelings.
Kill the Hydra then.
Now the Hydra then is going to go down.
Oh God, he also walled off his natural. There's only like one space, so the units are lining in. Like they're moving so slow through it.
We currently have out on the map, and it's 12 of them, so maybe that's good enough.
I mean, he did that for the Hellions, but oh God, Banshee, 2 Widowmines more, 3.
At this point, Reynor misclicking that with the drones, almost running into the army. The
no.
Full of confidence. A few queens are gonna go down, and Clem is looking unstoppable here. Reynor has lost 8,000 resources. Clem has only lost 4,000. Incredible.
Little siege tank coming out.
Clem is putting on a clinic here.
He's making a siege tank because Reynor's playing Hydras.
Does finally get picked up in more damage, but it looks like
he's doing a massive run by. Is he gonna go back? I'm assuming so.
I can sit back, I can pull back, I've done enough damage. I just need to make sure that I don't take a lot of damage to this army that just moved way across the map.
Yep.
No,
Reynor
Liberator.
had enough of defending, and he's like, you know what? I've got lurkers. They don't have their range upgrade. Oh no, Clem finds
Oh,
the lurkers.
God.
There's force in the center.
He catches the lurkers from
Super
behind.
HP. I love the
Oh,
position that
God,
Liberator
missed
really
rally.
covers a lot of
Scam?
nothing. It's very
Scam?
hard for the Hydra to kill it. Clem needs to scan. There is one very low HP lurker that is kind of casually firing away, but Reynor unburrows it, unfortunately, as he was getting a couple good shots off. This felt like a Hail Mary play from Reynor, who had
Yeah.
enough of defense.
This was like he lost a base and he tried to like run across the map and outposition him with lurkers and stuff, but he lost 3 lurkers before they even started
If he tried to
fighting.
do some more hold position lurkers like he tried yesterday.
He's getting researches for lurkers, but there's already ghosts coming out, there's siege things, there's liberators.
Start pulling himself back in this game to buy
And
himself
if you want to deal with that as a Zerg, you need Vipers, which he does not have.
anymore for Reynor.
Like, who the hell does that? How do you even make it that far in a game against Reynor while losing one?
The Reaper, no! The Reaper died.
Dangerously close to each other. Reynor will be able to take care of a couple of these mines. Was trying to find a few more SCVs there, but he got deflected. Did get the bunker.
Listen, I ain't gonna say it's the Reaper, but guys, he literally, 3 games, his Reaper survived. 1 game, he lost the Reaper, and that's the game he lost. Just saying. TLDR, how to win Terran versus Zerg, just don't lose the Reaper. So basically, in order to beat Clem, you just have to,
Our units are
oh
also
god.
on the side of Clem.
Did you see the
Ghosts are
Overlord
out.
drop?
A fantastic answer to those lurkers with good position.
Massive run by.
You can really snipe off quite a few of them very quickly. Oh, Ling run by. Oh my god, a wall of ghosts. Are you kidding me? They do still manage to make their way in. They are going to be able to snipe off quite a few ghosts over here, and maybe this is where Reynor starts to
Nice
fire back.
pickoffs, but 4 ghosts, like that's pretty big. If this was a normal game. But I think killing 4 ghosts is not quite enough.
SCVs are gonna go down too. Clem obviously pissed off. Is gonna try to retaliate immediately in the
Like, this is a nice move, doing the lurker drops.
on the right side too, that he could potentially go for the main width, or he's gonna stim into the natural. Reynor is gonna try to collapse on these tanks at the Zelnaga Watchtower. He will get those. I mean, loses a lot of Zerglings for it, but at least he got the tanks.
Like, this is really nice. Actually, doing lurker drops in TVZ is super annoying if you're Terran. Because if you don't have, you might not have scans and stuff, and look, 10 workers dead.
Eventually there is the cleanup there. 10 workers going down. I think that there is also a little bit more damage happening with the lurker. Yeah, over here on the low ground thanks to that. And
Whoa! Whoa!
Lurker, the Widow Mine's almost connecting on the lurkers yet again. These lurkers looking for an opportunity to move on forward, but I think that now
He has so many ghosts at this point.
gathered his army down here on the bottom left-hand side. He's defending those locations.
He's going to yeet those lurkers into the past.
Bases during all this.
No.
Like, look at the minimap, by the way. 4 base versus 4, 5, 6, 7, and there's 2 more CCs.
Reynor has been so
Actually,
busy,
3 more
he didn't
CCs.
even make it to this part of the map. He didn't know about
Reynor, yeah, Reynor just discovered the Clem as this map.
He's gonna see this one.
Oh!
Obviously knows the other one's taken too. As the Banelings are gonna try to connect.
Imagine me casting a tournament, by the way.
It's a lot of explosions, but
The units are running in, I'm like, ah!
that's trailing at this point. Lurkers are gonna siege a planetary, and that's kind of
Best caster, EU.
taking the bottom.
GG.
And defensively all get canceled. All of the lurkers right now are
He just
on
plays
the
so
bottom
fast.
side.
Like, that's the
right
thing
now
about
over
Terran.
here,
You
they're
gotta
all
be
active
so
in
fast to win as
defending
Terran.
against this attack. Clem gonna be able to snipe off that base, sniping off the lurker eggs as they're morphing in. That was the only 2 lurker eggs being morphed in over here. There's 3 lurkers that managed
Splits.
to connect now. They're gonna try and
Perfection.
The Banelings pushing this army back, but the ghosts are all on the back line, staying alive and throwing out even more snipes.
Yep. I mean, when you have this many goals, you know life is good as a Terran player. And Clem is on the verge of winning his second. How stacked Europe is. A ridiculous amount of good players, a lot of promises, an insane amount of promises this time, and a lot of Terran players out there. And of course, all the Zergies tried to stop this young Frenchman from getting his second.
I wonder if StarCraft 2 should have had ghost snipe, like, you know, like big snipers, like, you know what I mean? And not just beep, beep, beep. What a game, huh? He kind of rinsed him, though, I gotta say. Like, that was pretty, it was pretty one-sided, I would say. Like, it was 3-1. Well, again, he had a win from upper bracket, so it was 4-1. But that was pretty one-sided, I would say. Overall, like, Clem looked really good. Amazing. I'm actually looking forward to seeing Clem compete against Koreans in the near future. I personally think he'll do really, really well. There's always this thing with like Koreans versus foreigners, but I think Clem will do really, really well. I think the biggest thing from this game is just forgetting the Bane speed. That was really not... It's basically forgetting your, what's it called? It's basically forgetting your stim. Maybe forgetting your combat shields. I think it's more like forgetting your stim. It's a pretty big upgrade and you actually really, really do need it. Otherwise you're going to be in a lot of trouble. So yeah. If you guys are watching this on YouTube, I'm not sure if I'll upload this on YouTube, but if you're watching this on YouTube, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you guys enjoy this kind of content, by the way, or Twitch or on YouTube, I'm up for doing more. I enjoy this. Just doing some analysis, just checking out some tournaments and seeing what players are doing. Give you a little, little talk on why things are happening. But yeah, if you're watching on YouTube, thank you for watching. If you're watching on Twitch, let's keep going, baby.